This is the kneeling Palloff press. This can also be done standing. My anchor point is pretty low, so I'm going to be doing this kneeling. You'll need a resistance band and an anchor point. I'm using a bar along the wall. You can also use any kind of pole or an anchor point on the wall, anything that's sturdy and won't fall over. Now you want your anchor point to be around chest height. So this is too low for me to do standing. So if I stand, it's about hip height. So I'm going to do it kneeling. So the band is going to be anchored perpendicular to me. So the band comes out in front. You should not be facing the anchor point. So for me, I'm going to start with it going out to my left side. In the kneeling position, I'm going to put my right foot forward. When you're standing, you can just have both your feet even. So I'm going to start with my right knee forward, and I'm going to grab the band firmly in both hands. Now I'm going to scoot away from the band until there's an appropriate amount of tension between it and me. So it should not be loose when your hands are in the middle of your chest. So start with hands right here. We're going to do proud shoulders. So shoulders back, trunk is stable, glutes are squeezed. From here, I'm going to press that band all the way out in a directly straight line out from my chest and back in. So straight line. What this band is trying to do is to pull me that way, especially as I press out. The force that's trying to turn me this way is really, really strong. So what I'm doing is I'm using my core to fight that rotational force. So the core is doing work here to avoid rotating. If you want to make it harder, if you're not feeling this in your core, you'll have to move farther away. The further you are from the anchor point, the harder it'll become. And again, we don't want this press to waver, okay? We also don't want to press in or out. We should be pressing in a straight line, okay? And it should feel harder at the very edge of that than in the middle. If it's too hard, you can get closer or you can use a weaker band, but just remember that there should always be tension in the band. You shouldn't be so close that it's limp, because that won't really do anything. So if this anchor point were higher, I could do the standing. In that case, I would just come down into a little quarter squat here. Same thing, press it out in front and back in.